want. When another notices treasure, okay? Sometimes you don't know what you have till it's gone, and sometimes you want something you think is more than it is. A very excellent message in the movie Click. Adam Sandler, okay, he goes into the store, Bed Bath and Beyond, and he goes to the back and he meets this guy Morty, who's like mortician. He was the angel of death. And anyways, and he says to him, something very interesting about life. Morty says, when you get to the other side of the rainbow, we're looking for that pot of gold, and he says what you find is it's just cornflakes. We always think it'll be so much brighter over there, the grass is so much greener, and when I get to that place. And sometimes you want something you think is more than it is. It's just basic. You think it's this pot of gold. You think it's this awesome, wonderful treasure. Wow, if only. You understand? Wow. And when you get it, it's just cornflakes. It's just oatmeal, man. It's basic. You understand? But we set it up in our minds. We have a belief about it. In our minds, it's so much more. And when it becomes a reality, you come to realize what it is. You're like, wow, it's not that great. And, he says, you've been fast forwarding your life way before I came along. I mean, sometimes you might be missing out on life. You're trying to get somewhere so badly that you're neglecting your present. You're neglecting the important things of life that is passing you by. Friendships, family, spending time with your kids, spending time with your parents, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And it's just, we get into that fast forward mode. I just want to get here in life. If I get there, and we get focused into going in that direction. And you know what? Morty says, it's just cornflakes. We set it up, we think it's going to be so much better if we have that thing. And so we spend our life fast forwarding our life. You see, we can look at the movie and we can say in the movie, you see, we can look at the movie and we can say in the movie, we say, well, that guy was lucky. He got this big inspiration. And I see it as very realistic. You come back and you're just got a zest for life. He buys his kids a couple of bikes. He wants to go take them on this special trip and stuff because he just had this lifelong experience, right? A reality, and his life turned to muck. It did not lead to a place that he thought it would. He thought he was following the rainbow, and at the end it would be gold. And he followed his rainbow, and his life was devastated. It was just turned to muck. And he's just living it. He's just experiencing it, and so you deal with it as you go. And so just like he gets a second chance, Adam Sandler gets a second chance in that movie. Okay, he gets to experience and see what happens when you keep that mindset. When you have the power, if you could only get to that place, if you had the power to go where you wanted to go. You understand? And it's just like, he's like, you know what? I don't need this. And he throws it away. I definitely don't want this. No way, get it away from me, He's like, is it still on me? Because I don't want nothing to do with it. Why? Because he knows, he understands now, he's seen it, he made the choices he wanted to make, and he saw the results. And then he got to start over and say, would you still make the same decisions? He's like, no way. I got to remind myself of that. I got to be reminded that, I need to be careful that I don't get too caught up in trying to get somewhere and miss where I am. And a big part of that is perspective. You understand? If you're looking way over there, you don't see what's around you. And that might be a wife. Maybe she's got flaws, but she's probably got strengths as well. Don't miss those things. Your kids, don't just see the problems. You can have days like that. That happens. But remember, see the good in your kids. See the wonder. See the beauty of life in your wife, in your kids, in your family, in your life, in your job, in your friends. And just see that don't miss right now, because all you see is tomorrow. Yeah, it's okay to want to get things and stuff, but be careful at the price you're willing to pay. You know, there are some things that you may be willing to pay, but be careful of the price that you pay. Sometimes something is asking you to pay a price that you don't want to pay.